Hey, I'm just testing to make sure everything's working. Let's see here. See here. Yeah, audio seems to be fine. Okay, cool. Awesome. 1 second. Okay, I was just making sure I had some go live notifications go out. Haven't really been going live in years, so. Alright. So there's not going to be any webcam today. I'm not feeling super great, not feeling super presentable, but I'm here. And I think that's what's important. Trying to fix my headphones. My audio feedback is not quite. There we go. Okay. I don't know. That's always been broken. It's like the left ear of my audio feedback has just been kind of funky ever since I got the system, like, I don't know, 8 years ago? This audio setup I have? Doesn't matter. Okay. My cat's going off. I'm gonna have to get up pretty soon here and feed my cats. I have an alarm for it. And when they do, I'll get up and go feed them. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and continue back off where we left off. Back in Jackie Puppy Uwu LLC. And I even made a little flag this time. I might make a new one later, but I made just one with my logo, just like a little bit ago. So let's see if I can't find it. Here it is, Jackie Flag 1. It's a little small to see, but it's basically just my logo that I've been using for years. Kind of like off to the side a little bit. I don't think it looks that great. I think I can make this flag look better, so I will. But for right now, that's good. At the very least, I can have like my own little flag while we're going on our missions and everything. All right. So last we left off, I want to say that we kind of had a rough start. Um, right. We lost, unfortunately, our two starting pilots, Valentina and Jebediah. So that's unfortunate that we no longer have those two pilots, and we had to hire a new pilot, Aldon Kerman. In fact, we really should probably hire a secondary backup pilot, but that's expensive, so we'll have to just be careful for now and not die again. Both those accidents with those two pilots were very, very, very preventable. I feel silly. Basically, I just didn't turn the thruster off before jettisoning the escape pod, and they just exploded. So that sucks. All right, let's just start taking missions. We need to start getting more science. And we just don't have an amazing amount of options for missions at the moment, but we can at least get more money. Oh, that's what we need. We need money to upgrade our vehicle assembly building. Because right now it only has a part limit of 30. So that is our goal today. We need to unlock that, and then aviation would be nice, but we don't have to go that route, especially since there's more science to be had in scientific or space exploration than trying to do avionics. But this could still have some good stuff. I could use some good control surfaces. Okay. So let's just go ahead and take some missions. In fact, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a risk here, and let's see if we can't do any of these harder missions. We'll probably just have to get experimental with our design as we try to skirt the 30-part limit that we're stuck with. My cat is going crazy in the background. I have no idea if that's picking up. I think it is. Meow. Meow. He's going nuts. Alright. Let's see here. Some of these ones that have like more difficulty to them aren't even actually paying out that much more now that I look at it. Oh, wait, hold on. This one's paying more, but it's a single star. Hi, Moose. Hi. I'm streaming. I know. Hi, baby. I know. It's almost dinner time. He wants food. But it's not dinner time yet. It's almost dinner time. It's not dinner time. Dinner time is like less than an hour from now. But it is not dinner time. It isn't! Oh my god. Exploring the mud would actually be like a huge boost to our science. The only problem is that we really don't have the tracking station. Or no, it's not the tracking station. We need flight planning, and we need to upgrade the tracking station to get flight planning. So we need patched conics. I think, yeah, we need patched conics before we can do anything with the moon. But we also have that 30-part limit, so I think we have to just focus on getting as much money as possible right now. With the science that we have. So let's just see which one of these missions pays out something at least somewhat decent. This just says below meters. We could probably do that one easy just by making a simple rocket to launch at that. Is that on the tracking station right now? Yeah, okay. So pretty much all of, like, the survey contracts. Yeah, all these ones are like below a certain altitude. Which avionics would have been great for that, now that I look at it. That's the only one that needs to be above. It might be worth it to put a satellite in polar orbit of Kerbit for just like any scientific data I might need to grab. For things like this where it's above. He is losing his mind. Alright, let's see here. Okay, we have to pick something. So let's see here. What do we got? This one just has to be at an altitude. We just need to test a fan, a turbo fan? How big is the Weasley turbofan engine? Because that's what's really gonna like, hey, we get, oh wait, hold on, kickback solid fuel booster. I know which one that one is. Oh, but we have to use it at this altitude? Okay. This thing's fucking big though. I have an idea. We'll take this one. We'll do this one. All right. We can't wait for the perfect contract. We have to do something. All right. So we're just gonna here's the key. It's okay. So we have to test that in space. All right. Already this is just going to be like massively just not aerodynamic at all. We're gonna need to be able to control this. I kind of feel worried about strapping a pilot to this thing. Especially at the altitudes we need. Hello, Professor Lola. I am just starting off in this hard mode game. So we're currently in a bit of a pickle. We lost our first 2 pilots already. So I'm trying to be more careful now, but unfortunately that's just where we are. So I'm just gonna, I need to do, unfortunately we're still very early on, so I need to get a bunch of my bases upgraded. Right now we're gonna focus on the vehicle assembly building because this 30-part limit's just gonna kill us. So that's what I'm working on right now. We're taking contracts, any contracts we can to make money. This one right here, we just need to test this at this altitude and speed. This is super easy. It's just this big Lunken thing. So I don't feel good about strapping a pilot to it, but we will make it work. Very simple stuff. Hopefully it'll be fine. Aldo and Kerman should make it. Maybe. Perfect. So that is ready to be staged. That'll be fine. I think everything's gonna be okay. First things first, this is definitely not aerodynamic at all. So let's go ahead and try to make it at least a little bit controllable. I want to try to at least land this thing on the planet. I just need to shoot this rocket up at this altitude of 8,000 to 11,000 meters, going at a speed of 290 meters to 380 meters a second. After that, I need to activate this big rocket booster. That's what I need to do in order to make money. So the first step is to basically just make the escape pod. My cat is going crazy. Is to make the escape pod here. So that way when things go really wrong, at least we can save our pilot. And now it's controllable once we've launched this thing. Because we're basically just going to have to burn this entire... Actually, you know what? What am I doing? We don't need to even put any fuel in this thing. So we can actually take the entire weight of this rocket out of the equation because I just need to turn it on. I don't need to actually, like, use it. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll just turn the rocket on and it will literally have no fuel. It's an empty silo. I think that'll work perfect. Now we just need to put some liquid fuel tanks here on the side. This doesn't look stupid at all. And we'll make it a little bit more aerodynamic too. And then we'll just use Reliant rocket boosters, and hopefully this is enough. This should be plenty, I think. I think this is going to be plenty of structural stability to make sure that this thing doesn't just flip over on itself, maybe. Possibly. Anyway, I think this is ready to go. I think this will do exactly what we need it to do. So we'll just burn up, we'll break off the canister, and then we'll break off our escape pod. So we don't lose our pilot, I think. Some things I'm saying, it's okay. I don't know what I'm saying either. I'm basically just spouting words, buzzwords out of my mouth that NASA scientists have said, and okay, that's fine. It's tipping over now. It's tipping over, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and just full throttle up, and this should be fine. We'll just control our speed as we go up, so that way we're going this speed consistently all the way up. This is working. This is okay. Everything's fine. Okay, yeah, this was much easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, let me just try to use the rotor wheel to turn the rocket over and just launch our little escape pod off of it. I don't know Space Flight Sim. This was in my Steam library, and I just started playing it the other day, and I have been completely addicted ever since. We'll speed up time here. We don't need to watch the entire descent. But the good news is we didn't lose our pilot again, so that's good. Yeah, that's a good chunk of change. Alright, we just gotta do a couple more missions like that. Hopefully we can start getting some much better paying missions. But this is just very early on. Our space station is terrible. Also, my graphics are glitching the fuck out. What's going on over there? It's doing something. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. I think it's like 30 bucks or something. It's still kind of pricey for its age. But it is a fun game. I recommend it. Alright. We need to take... we need to take way more missions, though. We're still nowhere near our money requirement here. Ooh, tourist missions. Okay, so these are really good. Tourists pay a lot of money to just go around the planet. The problem is that this is an orbital flight. So we have to go in orbit. Okay, so that shouldn't be too hard to enter orbit with a couple of passengers. In fact, if I can get this a tourist ship made pretty cheaply, we can really start getting some early money going. So the first thing we're going to need to do is make ourselves a pod that can actually survive re-entry from orbit. With the passengers very safe inside. Here it is. We'll just do the same thing we did before. I'm going to take a little bit of a hint from a YouTuber who I should really... I think Mike Owl or something? I'll have to find the name, but he's a YouTuber that makes KSP videos, and he makes tutorials on how to make like more efficient rockets. And one thing he did is he made a service bay here, and these basically act as fins. These are doors And this is supposed to just hold like components in it. But these doors do act as fins when they're open, which can be very useful for what we're about to do here. We're going to put a crew cabin on the back here. And the reason why this is important is because we can put a heat shield on the bottom here, and this will protect us on re-entry. These fins will help drag the entire construction, so that way this is what's going to be facing towards the ground and is what's going to be dealing with the vast majority of the plasma from re-entry. So that should hopefully help us out here. And then just to make it a little bit more safe, we're going to add a couple of more parachutes on the side. Hopefully that just make sure that no one dies. In hard mode KSP, the negatives to killing passengers is really bad. So we'll just close that up there. Can you just make a plane that goes to orbit? I can make... the jet planes have intakes that require air, but at some point you could stage it so that way you switch over from your jets to more conventional rocket fuel. And then you could technically have a single stage to orbit plane. And that's what some people do a lot too, is they make that. I can't because I don't have avionics unlocked yet, so I don't have plane parts. I have a couple of aerodynamic parts, but that's one thing we're trying to unlock today, is we're trying to unlock plane parts as well. So we do not have them yet. We're working on it. Alright, so now that we have our little pod here, and we'll go stage this so that way the parachutes and this decoupler ring will spark at the same time. That should stage this entire escape pod away from each other and then be ready for re-entry immediately. And we're just going to take some fuel tanks. This is going to be a little bit heavy. We might need 2 tanks, but we'll use the Terrier engine. What's that in a vacuum? I think that's going to be plenty to get us into orbit, and then also... because we only have so much thrust to work with. That thrust ratio should be fine. Especially for just like the final like orbit correction once we get up into space. Let's see here. Then we're gonna need to be able to actually get there in the first... well, hold on. No, we have a part limit. If we add too many boosters, we're gonna hit that 30 part limit pretty fast. 1 extra tank shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm just worried we don't have enough fuel to get a correction burn in orbit. And then with the extra weight, yeah, this thrust ratio is terrible. So let's go ahead and put a swivel rocket on here instead. And we can go ahead and turn the thrust limiter down because we don't need nearly that much thrust, but we do need more than the Terrier rocket's going to give us. There we go. I think that's about good. That's what I keep hearing, is that like a thrust to weight ratio of 1.33 is pretty good. And that's what I've been kind of feeling myself, is that feels pretty good. All right. We're going to still be in atmosphere at this stage, so let's go ahead and add some level of aerodynamics. Just a couple of fins to help it stay upright, or in the direction we want to move. Okay. And I'm actually going to put these wings on the side here. just to get us into space, we're just gonna use some thumper rockets, I think. We'll be good. So these are just, these are solid fuel, so I can't control the thrust on these, but... I can completely lose my train of thought. Do you have RCS unlocked? Not yet, not on this save. So we are completely without RCS right now. We have to do everything just with thrust. This should be fine. In fact, I don't need nearly this much thrust on these either. That should honestly be fine right there. Oh, I'm measuring it in a vacuum. I don't want to measure this in a vacuum. Okay, let's see here. Now we are measuring this on the grounds. 1.32, 1.34, that's good. I think that's good. I think we're good. KSP is also very simplified, by the way. So it's not going to be like super realistic physics, but it's like close enough to have fun with it. Is basically what the gist of this is. So we're just going to go throw some struts on here to stabilize this, or else I think this is going to have some problems. That looks good. Okay. So that should be perfectly fine, I think. And then once we reach the altitude we want to be in the vacuum, our swivel rocket will burn. That'll be 1.32. That is... How am I going to land? This pod here. So this command pod and then this crew cabin here, this all splits off from each other. So this whole thing back here is just junk. All these boosters, it's just to get us up there. I'm looking at our Delta V numbers, and I'm starting to realize that we might... 3,400 is pretty much like the bare minimum to get into low Kerbin orbit on a perfect burn, from what I understand. Oh, I should probably load this up with the crew that's going to be in here. And that actually does change our thrust-weight ratio a little bit. I'll just do a little bit of adjustment there. Okay. Oh, his name is something silty. Delta V. Delta, the symbol for Delta, is the Greek symbol for change, and V just stands for velocity. So Delta V is just a change in velocity. In Kerbal Space Program, pretty much all travel is measured in just like, how much Delta V can you throw out? How much change in your velocity can you throw out? So basically, people have found that on Kerbit, the main planet of the game, you kind of need somewhere around 3,400 units of Delta V to like get into low Kerbin orbit. So we're kind of actually a little bit on the low side here. And I'm wondering if that's because we weigh too much. It should be fine. I think if we do a really efficient burn, I think we'll be okay. Maybe. We'll add some wings to help me control the solid rocket thrusters, because this here is gimbaled. This, the swivel liquid fuel engine here is gimbaled, so I can control the rocket with that. But I can't do it in the initial stage, because this rocket's not going to fire. These two are. But I can't control the thrust on these ones in mid-flight. So we're going to use these control surfaces. Hopefully be okay. Oh, thanks for following. It has too many parts. No! Why? Oh, I have one extra part. Okay, what if I get rid of these struts in the back? Is that enough? Yeah, that puts us in the part limit. Okay. We have to remove some structural struts, but that's okay. And that is why we're trying to get rid of that 30 part limit. It's so annoying. All right. We'll go ahead and have our thrust ready to go. This should work. I really hope this turns out okay, because this already looks like a little bit of a rough start. We'll start turning, so that way we're going in an orbit. Or what am I saying? So we can start going with the curvature of the Earth. Try to use that gravitational force to our advantage. But we're picking up speed. We're getting there. I think we should be okay. Look, see, Tivis and Halberd, they're fine. They're enjoying themselves. Halbald? Is that their name? Get rid of that stage. Whoop! That's fine. Taking a look at our Apostys. We can actually stay with prograde there. We can just lock prograde. Turn our lights on. There we go. And it looks like we're at 30 kilometers right now. We're kind of turning, I think... this might be a little inefficient. We might be going a little bit too steep here. That should be fine. You know what? I'm gonna play it out. We're gonna play it out. This is okay. Everything's fine. Just got a little bit of plasma. That's okay. Our Apostys is at 56, 57. It's still climbing. Apopsis, I guess. It's not, yeah, if everything's fine. And then the space starts at 7 kilometers. Okay, so let's stop here. We'll stop burning here. We're going to lose a little bit of altitude because we're still technically in atmosphere. But we can kind of just wait. And you kind of see here, this is our flight path. So we'll just go ahead and speed time up until we're in space. Almost at 7,000 meters. Perfect. We are now in space. So now I'm going to go ahead and take stability assist off. We're going to just look directly at the horizon. And this might be a little inefficient, but that is okay. We're just going to try to change our altitude a little bit to keep our apopsis at a consistent number. And then our periapsis should be fine with this amount of fuel. We do not have enough fuel. Do we? No, we don't have enough fuel to achieve stable orbit. Ah, damn, just barely not enough. Because our periapsis is negative 94 kilometers, and we have... If I keep going with this, they're going to get stuck in space. I think I have just enough to get into a stable orbit, and then not enough to come back. Alright. We're scrubbing the launch. I'm sorry, everybody in the plane. We're gonna go our anti-normal and just jettison that. We're going to go with our retrograde here, and we're going to open up our fins. So at the very least here, we get to test out our cargo pod, or our re-entry pod. And this should be where our plasma is hitting, right here on the ablative shield. So we'll go ahead and just speed up time until eventually we are going to come back into atmosphere. Here we go. And I have it locked on retrograde right now, so that just means that we are looking at the direction we are basically this direction here. It's just we're going aft. That's all. Our periapsis is getting technically smaller. There we go, plasma. Perfect. Should have us landing, I'm gonna say right about around here somewhere. It's getting a little hot. It's not too bad. This is not a bad re-entry at all. We are slowing down. But it's better to slow down slowly than anything else, so I'm okay with this. They did get the suborbital. They gave us money for getting a suborbital space flight, but they still wanted an orbital space flight to finish the contract. This does mean that I basically launched a rocket that did not succeed in its mission, so we just spent a lot of money on a rocket that didn't do its job. Not a lot of money, to be honest. It's not that bad. But scrubbing a launch does kind of hurt. Oh, they were a little bit happier before. Oh. I can look inside the cabin. Oh, here's the pilot seat. Oh, that's fine. I think we're going to be burning like this for a bit. Oh, there we go. We're slowing down. And we'll just time this up here because this is the boring part. Surviving the crash. Where does it tell you how hot it is? There's a little temperature gauge that shows up. But I was just saying that because there's literally plasma blowing on the sides of the ship. But it actually wasn't getting that hot at all. Up here, you can see our ablator status up in the top right. And that's just like how much ablation or how the structural integrity of the heat shield was fine. We probably could have been burning like that for a very long time and it would have been okay. Just as long as we stayed in retrograde and all the heat went on that shield itself, we would have been okay. But when things do get too hot, there's going to be a little temperature gauge that pops up on the different components. And some of them might even be so hot that you can't even turn them on. So, it can be kind of rough. And then once it gets too hot, it explodes. Goes boom. Alright, we'll try that again, but let's see if we can't get something going with these rockets here. I have 3 more parts I can use. Let's get rid of these struts. I think these struts are taking up too many parts. And then I actually think I have an idea. Is there a sandbox mode? Yes, there is. There absolutely is a sandbox mode. In fact, I kind of plan on using it on more tough launches in this hard mode playthrough in the future, but I'm going to try to avoid it as much as possible because I feel like it's a little bit cheaty for this challenge. But it should be fine. Let's see if we can just do this. What if I just add an extra stage? We just have these launchers here. Oof. Ooh, I don't feel good. I just had a real bad pang of nausea just now. I think this will be fine. Nah, we kind of lost Delta V. No, we gained Delta V. I was gonna say, it's like, how did we lose Delta V? And then these are thrust in a little bit too thrusty, I think. We can turn this thrust down a little bit, get a little bit more sea level, sorry. Oh no, these are actually like just barely strong enough together to give me a good thrust to weight ratio. 1.29. That's already a little bit on the low side. But I think that should be just the extra kick we need to get into orbit. And we are still under our part limit. Okay, this will work. Turn SAS on. Full throttle, and go. We'll just pick up a little bit of speed before we start doing our gravity turn. I think we did a really good gravity turn before. It just... not the most efficient, but still a decent gravity burn. So we should be able to do that easily this time, no problem. That didn't really give me too much extra thrust stuff, now that I look at it. That didn't actually get me that much further up. That's alright. Ah! I'm losing a little bit of control here. This gravity turn is not that great. This is terrible. This is a terrible gravity turn. Oh no. Can I pull up? I can't pull up anymore. That's not good. Yeah, let's scrub this. Okay. And then we're not even in atmosphere. Oh no. This went so bad. No one's dead though. Yeah, in hard mode, in the game normally you can revert if the flight went bad. You can just go back to the launch and try again. In hard mode though, it's Iron Man mode. Gotta have to deal with it. Yeah, that we didn't kill our tourist. Yeah, it's probably a good idea we didn't do that. I'm gonna start cutting these parachutes. It's taking too long. It's taking too long to splash down. You'll fall faster. All right, back to the drawing board. Gonna go wait for this game to go on sale. It's very old. I've heard the first game is way better than the second game. Okay. What if I add an extra little tiny eensy bincy fuel tank on the second stage? And then that's more fuel I'll have. Maybe. What if I just use liquid fuel and a Reliant fuel engine? What if I do that? Like just this setup here. But it's not an amazing amount of delta V for that stage. But I think we're on to something. Almost. Okay. Let's use these fuel tanks. We got a lot of delta V, and I think this will also give us quite a good amount of control as well. These Reliant boosters, unfortunately, do not have gimbaled, so they're just boosters. See if I can make this look prettier. It's almost feeding cat time for my cat. He's just losing his mind. You're gonna play your space game that's CD. Is that the one that you're talking about? I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, I kind of want to pick up that one too. I'll have to pick it up when it's on sale though. Not a whole lot of cash flow at the moment. But I saw that. I saw someone building a space station in it. It looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. All right, so we got a lot of thrust to weight ratio here in our initial stage with the Reliant boosters. So let's go ahead and turn those down a bit. So that way we can burn for longer. That's good. 1.34. It's a little bit of a small number there, but should be able to see it. It's easy to make a space station. I know in KSP it's a little bit harder to do because there is a third dimension too. But I still feel like it would be like so fucking hard to wrap my head around how to. It was already majorly hard to wrap my head around orbital mechanics in this game, and that's just what I'm doing in my own save. All right, I'm trying to get a good thrust ratio here. 1.35 in a vacuum is pretty good, I think. So this should work. I think this is it. With RCS thrusters, though, I'm pretty sure any orbital meetup for like a station grab should be much easier. I just don't have RCS yet. So making a space station right now is a little... I don't even have docking ports yet. Once I have docking ports, the game's over. I'm gonna go so many places. All right, I'm gonna be right back. That is the alarm to have my cats eat food. So I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My cute little munchkins are chowing down right now. Hopefully that will mean that my loud cat is a little bit quieter. All right. So we kind of looked at things. This should be fine now. I think we have just enough fuel and enough power to get us up. I know I've said that like for the third time now, but the third time's the charm, I think, is what they say. People say these things. They must be true. All right, we'll full throttle up here. This already feels... This actually does feel a little bit better. Maybe I should start using a slightly higher thrust-to-weight ratio on launches. Because... That actually... I think if I just have it higher, it will start feeling a bit better. Trying to feel out space physics. Yeah, just a little bit of a touch of gravity here. Oh, oh, a little unstable. It looks like I am kind of tilting a little bit to one side. I think we're doing a good gravity turn here, though. We're not quite 45 degrees yet. Pretty much there. I think if we stay here for a while, we should be good. Let's switch over to the maneuver tool. Alright, I'm feeling good about this. It does feel a little bit weird to not have like a thruster running, but like, I kind of need to conserve as much fuel as I can. There we go. Alright. Did I turn too soon? We're doing the game thing, yeah, where you have to do something 3 times to succeed at it. That's what you have to do. It's a little bit of a weird burn. Why am I struggling on this mission so much? You can kind of see my space junk over there. Oh, we're doing the same thing? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, just trying to get into orbit right now. What is the name of the game you're playing again? I could probably scroll up. Because I remember seeing footage of it. I think I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it. Because I'm horrible with names. Names are terrible. Me and names have a complicated history. I don't know if I have enough fuel. Where our process is pretty good. We're just going to burn a little bit here to maintain our velocity a little bit. Nah. Okay, let's speed up time. Space Flight Simulator. Okay. I'll look that up. I'll probably add that to my wish list of my ever-growing list of wish list games on Steam. We can turn our lights on. Oh, we are now in space. All right. Start burning. I am so sorry, Professor Lola. I think my brain just skipped a beat there. What were we talking about just now? Space Flight Simulator, yes, but you said I'm not. I'm trying to remember what that was in reference to. Oh, shh. Um. Oh no. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, you're not in space yet. Okay. Just have to get it. Shoot. Yeah, that's also another thing you probably have noticed. The numbers for like getting into space and like I think everything like Kerbit is the Earth analog, obviously, but it's like like 1/5 the size. Okay, so we kind of have a problem here, but I think I have a solution. The first the first problem is we're out of fuel. That's the first problem. The second problem is that our hypothesis is basically right there on the horizon line of where space starts. So we might not be able to grab enough atmospheric drag to get back to orbit with just what we have here. So, um, wait, hold on. I have an idea. Okay, so this little connection here, this decoupler, my cat is going crazy again. This decoupler here, it technically does create an explosion. I wonder if I aim it, if I aim the escape pod at the planet, when I jettison the rocket, will I generate enough thrust? I think I actually did just a little bit. Okay. We'll go in retrograde. I'm really hoping we can get enough atmospheric drag. This doesn't even count as being in orbit, by the way, because our periapsis is just barely below 70 kilometers. It is like 0.2 kilometers. That is so frustrating. I think we just did a bad gravity turn. That's all that happens. We did a bad gravity turn. You failed to get into space. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, here's for the biscuits. So, right here, this is where we are. Right? This is where we are. This is our lowest point, our periapsis, over here somewhere. It is just barely in the atmosphere of the planet. If I can get just enough atmospheric drag to slow myself down, we might be able to do a couple of spins around the planet until eventually we lose enough atmospheric, or we lose our orbit decays just enough that we can finally get back to the ground. I'm really hoping that is the case. So we're going to speed up time until we get to that point. Oh, oh, okay. The game automatically stopped the speed up. So we are in atmosphere now. We're losing altitude. Oh my God, it's working. It's so fucking small. It is so small. Okay, let's speed up time. Oh, we're back in space. We're back in space again. Oh no. Okay, we'll do that a couple of times. No. This is fine. This is fine, Lola. This is fine. Everything's gonna be okay. We'll just do one more time. We'll do one more orbit around Kerbit. And we should just start slowing down very slowly. We only slow down when we enter the atmosphere for like a moment. But yeah, this is working. We just have to wait. Here. We're about to go again. We're doing another pass. We're slowing down. Oh my God. It's so tiny. We're losing like 0.0001 kilometer. A second. Oh no. We're gonna turn SAS off. We're just gonna drain our battery if we keep having it on. You lost three guys. No, 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 no. This is fine. This is okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Literally everything is fine forever, and we will be just fine. They're just enjoying they're they're enjoying an extended space journey. It's this was part of the brochure. Our space itinerary. Go around the planet and enter orbital decay naturally. Now, the good news is this is exponential. We will start slowly gaining more and more, but like it does really suck very slowly. I have an idea. Hold on. Let's go to the Space Center real fast. We can just let those guys enjoy their orbit in space for a while we sort out a couple of things. Let's go to the tracking station. All right, cool. We can see it. What? Oh, shit. I forgot about the space probe I launched out of solar orbit. That's just doing its own thing. I don't even think it exists anymore. On escape trajectory out of the sun. That one's fine. We don't have to worry about that. Well, let's go back to go away. We do not have patched conics yet, unfortunately, and that's what lets us see where our periapsis is. So I literally can't tell if this is working or not. Well, it is working. I know it's working. But I just don't have periapsis tracking in the station, I think. We'll just have to keep doing this, I guess. Whee! They're having themselves a great time. Look at they're bored as shit. Look at them. They're just kind of like, oh wait, hold on, wait, wait. They're looking at stuff. They're having fun. Look at that. They're enjoying themselves so much right now. Ah! We just keep slowing down. That's the only thing they can do is smile and wave and hope everything's gonna be okay. We just keep going back into orbit over and over and over again. All right, this is taking a while. Let's go back to the space station. I think I have something else we can do. It was the thing I wanted to try, but I couldn't quite tell. Do they have solar panels? I do not have solar panels unlocked yet. That is on electronics here. Yeah, I don't have solar panels. So they do not have infinite power, but that's okay. We only use power when we're using the SAS. And that's just the stability assist. Since we don't have that on right now, they're literally just waiting to fall out of the sky. What if I just start speeding up time here? Can I just watch it decay naturally from here? I can't tell if it's getting... closer or not. Is it? I don't think it got any closer. I don't think it's. Hold on, wait, I have an idea. Here, what am I doing? It's not getting closer in like the simulation in the tracking station, but I think it is getting closer when we're actually like have it active. Like when the game has it in simulation in physics, that's when it's actually doing stuff. So we literally just have to wait every time. Can I set a different camera mode for like chasing this thing? And then we can just kind of like watch it as it does its thing around the Kerbit. You got your guys stuck in space? Oh no! Can you get him out? Did my periapsis get bigger? It's 69.9 right now. I feel like it got bigger. Okay, remember this number, 69.91. And then we're going to run this simulation in the tracking station for a while and then see if it changes at all. You can't save them? Oh no. Our periapsis did not change at all. Okay, so that literally doesn't work when we do that. That's good to know. We're 43 days into the mission. And none of those 43 days simulated the periapsis getting smaller when it was entering atmospheric drag. We're gonna do this a couple more times, but I think I'm gonna just do this off stream and try to save these people that way. We are losing periapsis. So it is working. Wait, did I regain periapsis? No, there's no way. There's no way I regained periapsis. I didn't. It's just I'm losing so infinitesimally small periapsis right now that like it kind of looks like it's not changing, but I am very, very slowly losing orbital velocity. We're gonna do this off stream. I'm gonna spend a lot of time off stream doing this. Um, in the meantime, oh, we don't have enough money to buy a new pilot. We have no choice. I have to do this in order to get these people back down again. I fucked up. I really fucked up. And then there's like speed limits as well when it like says I can't be warping anymore. Oh my god, we're actually losing periapsis much faster now. Holy shit. You're gonna go try to save them? That's good. Hopefully you can. I really hope you can. It's working! We're actually losing periapsis more! It's working! Our orbital decay is getting exponential. Okay, never mind. We can actually do this on stream then. If it's getting exponential, we're fine. Also, what if I just do a physics? Okay, so there's two forms of time warp when Kerbal Space Program is involved. There's the physics time warp, and then there's just the normal time warp. And time warp just pauses physics simulation, and it does that in order to stop the game from like doing weird physics bugs and crashing out. So whenever I get to the point where I'm like technically in atmosphere of Kerbit, I have to do physics simulation. And physics simulation is where the periapsis is getting smaller. So what if I just stay on physics simulation forever? No, it's too slow. It's only ×4. So we'll have to do it when I'm close to the planet. Wait, did that get bigger? This is 9, that's a 69.92 now. What? What? 69.97? It's getting bigger. Okay. We have to observe this. Something's wrong. We're like gaining periapsis at a certain point. We're just gaining periapsis for no reason. It's like resetting every time. All right, I'm just gonna do physics simulation the entire time and see what happens. I don't think I can do it the entire time, but I can definitely do it for a while. What? It got bigger? 69.99? What do you mean it got bigger? Okay, hold on. Stop the simulation. It got bigger again? Wait, am I creating artificial thrust when I speed up this physics simulation? Oh my god, I glitched the fucking physics engine whenever I speed it up. whenever I speed up time, I'm also speeding up the physics engine a little bit. I'm creating artificial thrust. It's not. I'm glitching the game. Oh, that sucks. I'm actually glitching the game out. How far can I go with this? Here, let's get back around to that point again. All right, 69.991. And we're back in space again. We're back in space again. What the hell? We're actually gaining altitude. That's insane. Am I going to finish this mission? No, because I have to get them back down safely. Uh-oh. Oh, this is really bad. Wait, hold on. I'm doing something. I'm fucking around with the speed of the physics, and it actually is doing something. Oh my god, my periapsis is 70. Is now we're now in orbit. We're now in orbit. Hey, get the fuck down from there. One of my cats is on top of my computer. What the fuck? Get back down. Get down from there. How long have you been up there? I didn't even see him. Lights are off. We're now in orbit, by the way. We're now in stable orbit. Now we're not. Now we are? Now we're not. Now we are. I'm actually, like, I'm gaining speed. No, I'm gaining periapsis when I do that. Wait, what if I do it? Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm like speeding things up like on this turn here. You see? What if I artificially speed up the game time on this side here? Doing it on this side speeds me up. So what if doing it on this side slows me down? Oh my god, Jackie, you're a genius. Okay. Okay, I think we have a plan. So we'll have to get... Okay, now we're at the point where we can start doing this. It's working! Oh my god, it's working! 70... Okay, 0.0011. Speed up, slow down. 70.003. 3.1. Okay, hold on. 69.979. Okay, that went 69.98. It's going down! I have to let it go, though. I've noticed that if I just, like, let it go for a bit, like, if I press it for a second, if I speed up time for just a second, for 2 times, and then slow back down again immediately, it doesn't change at all. But if I let it go for a bit, and then do it, it does... It seems to change. That's getting... No, that got smaller. What if I speed up 4 times? 699843. Okay. This is working, and I hate the fact it's working, but we kind of glitched ourselves into the situation. I'm going to try to glitch ourselves out of the situation. My fingers are going to get so tired. Constantly speeding up and slowing down, but it will be worth it in the end, I think. But wait, hold on. We went back up again. $989. Okay. It's not reliable. It went back up again. 989. Maybe there's only like a certain part of the swing where it's going to work. I'm trying it out in different spots and try to... You got him? Awesome. That worked. 985? $983? Okay, so I'm doing it on like this outer swing here where my speed is actually getting slower as we're going out. And I think that's what's doing it. Because if you see here, our orbital velocity here is slowing down because we're like trying to reach our apopsis. Apopsis, sorry. I think what the game is doing is getting a little bit confused on its gravities, and it's just slightly decaying our orbit just a little bit whenever we speed up time like this. But when we do a physics speed up... Okay, it's going down. It might even be exponential. $976. 975. 974. Okay, we'll just keep doing this over and over again until eventually we get enough orbital decay that we can just start using atmospherics to drag us down again. I don't know if this is working. This might not even be worth it. It might be a good idea to start over from the beginning, because we are so early on in the hard mode playthrough, but I want to see if I can get this to work. $961. $960. I think it absolutely is. I have to be losing speed on my apopsis. Don't have anything to move them to Earth, so I'm pushing them with my rocket. That's what I might have to do here pretty soon. I might actually have to do that here. Because I don't have docking clamps or anything yet. So I do have to be on the downswing when we're losing speed as we approach our apopsis. So that is what I found out. But the good news is, in the meantime, we can actually use the atmospheric drag that we've created here to hopefully slow down just a little bit more. And we won't even use the physics speed up here. We'll just let the game run normally. Because whenever we use the physics speed up, it just seems to break it, you know? And we're almost back into space. We're back into space again. So now we're losing speed. You're gonna send an image in the Discord? Yeah, let me see it. I want to see it. I want to see how it looks being just pushed. Can you send pictures? I think there's a separate channel for pictures. I might have disabled it. I made this server so long ago. I have no idea. I used to stream so much in the past, but I have not been doing it. Okay, we're kind of losing orbit here as we do this artificial speed up. I'm wondering if that's going to start lowering our apopsis as it like gets confused with the physics and it just starts like we are actually losing apopsis here in our speed up. I wonder if that's going to translate to the actual game. 6998. I think we gained speed. Oh, I see the picture. I see what you're doing. You're using the RCS thrusters there as a little thing to hook onto. That's funny. That's amazing. I can't do that though. I can't do that. Not in this game. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a certain point where I lose more altitude. I think they're stuck. I think they're just stuck. All right. This is so boring. It is so boring. Let's do something else. I thought maybe I could glitch it faster and faster, but that clearly wasn't happening. Okay. How do we get him back? They gave us some money. They'll be okay. Okay, let's get a Kerbonaut. We need a new pilot. We got a couple of options here. We got Kamen Kerman, Lidstedt Kerman, Landman Kerman. Landman Kerman's very courageous, but also kind of stupid. Ooh, Haley Kerman's incredibly not brave, but also very stupid. Send a rock up there? That's a good idea. Let's get someone super courageous yet very stupid as our pilot. I think that'll be good. All right, we need to get our people home. But we're not going to be able to do a crew transfer. So this will be the reentry pod. We'll just go ahead and get a decoupler. We'll get a little bit of a fuel tank here. We'll use the Terrier rocket engine. This one's really good for just moving around in 0G because it's incredibly efficient. But it has a horrible thrust to weight ratio, so it's like terrible to use when we're actually on the ground. All right. So this will be our orbiter. This is going to be what we use to actually get up there. We have to save them. We'll get them down. We'll just do a little bit of a swivel booster here. We'll kind of do a similar thing we were trying to do before, but this time we'll actually make it work. I have an idea. Okay. We're going to use this little brand adapter here to put a thumper rocket here. And then we're going to put a couple of thumper rockets around it. Add a little bit of a nose cone here. Perfect. This will do exactly what I want it, and then some, maybe, hopefully. Alright, let's start looking at the stages here. We want these 5 boosters to go up at the same time. We want this one to destage here, and then go to... This is going to be our orbiter. This is going to be the thing that launches us into orbit. And then the final thruster up here... The Terrier thruster we put on, that one's going to be our orbiter. That's the one that's going to allow us to manipulate our orbit and try to get us to that ship. So this is a 2-stage to get the orbit, and then 1 stage to fuck around when we're in orbit. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. Oh no. I have an idea. We're going to take some contracts. We're going to take a contract that's going to give us a huge advance. This one is explore the moon. We have to do a flyby of the moon, gain scientific data. We can't do this mission yet. We do not have the stuff to do this yet. But we can use the advance they're going to give us. Yeah, they could do the same thing going through the atmosphere to slow down. Yeah. So we're going to take the advance this job gives us and use that to fund our rescue mission. Make sure they're wearing the right uniform. Orange jumpsuit all the way. And then let's start fucking around with this thrust to weight ratio just a little bit. I don't want it to be 1.33. I want it to be a little bit higher than that. That'll be good. 1.53? Oh, you know what though? This thruster also needs to be adjusted. So we have to adjust all of these thrusters to kind of get them in the same spot. That should be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So we'll also try to keep the same inclination plane. So close. Did you get them down? Almost? Okay. That's good. Ooh, a little bit of a jittery rocket here. All right, Landman. You have lives to save. This is just so scuffed. But this is gonna work. I believe in it. I can't set... Oh, I can't set targets yet? No! I can't set targets yet. I can't use patch conics. I can't set targets. I can't target the ship to get closer to it. I'm gonna have to do this by eye. No shot. No shot that's even possible, right? We'll give it a shot, but we're gonna give it one shot and we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it. Because we already spent so much time trying to get these guys out. I really think we just have to restart. I think we soft locked ourselves, unfortunately. Hard mode KSP soft locked. Hopefully not, but we might have to do that. I did not do a good gravity turn at all, by the way. Yeah, I did a horrible gravity turn. We're gonna have to fix our apopsis real fast. Perfect. Maybe one more pass? Yeah. Were you able to get them pretty close, though? We're kind of doing a bit of a correction burn here. We're trying to get as close to the apopsis as we can, or the periapsis of the other ship as we can. I already have to use the second stage. Oops. Or the third stage in the orbiter. Inclination's pretty bad too from the other ship. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them. The fact that I have to do it by eye is not... not great. Alright. We have entered a stable orbit around Kerbit, as we can see here. I have no way to maneuver... Yes, one down, one to go? Okay. I have no way to actually maneuver with this thing, I don't think. I haven't unlocked the maneuver tool yet. I don't have patched conics. So I can't really make a maneuver yet. I soft locked this game so bad. Hold on, wait. Go to the tracking station. And actually, leave the space station. We got the advance, right? How much is the tracking station? 300,000. Never mind. $300,000. I have 50. No! I can't accept another contract. I can only accept 2 matches. Okay. Shit. Alright. That sucks. I screwed the pooch on this one real bad. Alright. We're gonna have to restart. I soft locked really bad. Because I can't get a new mission now. And I just sent my last pilot into space for no reason. The moon mission. If I can successfully pull off the moon mission from my current orbit, I can make enough money to get the things I need. But how do I do this? I have to do this by eye. And then I have to like use up just enough fuel that I come back into orbit. Where am I now? We do a surprise moon mission just in the middle of this rescue operation. I think I have plenty of fuel to do it. We just have to pick the perfect point on the map when the Mun and we are going to line up on the Mun's orbit. All right, we're gonna go with periapsis here. Our inclination is off. Let's see if I can't eyeball where our inclination is going to be the closest to the moon possible. It's probably going to be like right here. Right about here-ish. So that means on the opposite side of the orbit is when we're going to want to start burning to our prograde. And I can't set up a timer that well, so we'll just eyeball it. Fuck, I overshot. That's okay. I overshot it again. That's okay. In fact, now the moon's over there. But we can do this. We can easily do this. This is literally the easiest thing in the world, I think, maybe. Let's turn our ship over here and start burning. All right. We're now doing a gravity assist to get to the Mun. You can kind of see our flight path here increasing. We're probably not going to line up with the Mun on its first pass, but if we just wait, we'll eventually hit the Mun. We'll get something, I think. Just getting our orbit as close to it as possible. Hopefully it intersects like right there. Whoops. My bad. A little bit too much. Just a little bit of a burn the other direction in the retrograde. Look at that. We have an intersect point, like, right there. Now we wait. The moon's going to go around, but it's eventually going to come around to a point where we can actually do something with it. So we're just going to go ahead and fly around the curve it a little bit in our stationary. We are in a stable orbit. Ah, there it was. Okay, we'll wait for it to come back around again. Keep in mind, we need enough fuel to come back home, too. So we'll have to, like, try to find a We did it! Oh, it's gonna launch us out. My guys are gone, they disappear. No! No, that's so bad! I'm so sorry. We got the crew report from space. We got it. We got a flyby of the moon. We did it. Money. First flyby. You don't like this game? I like this game. I think this game is a lot of fun. All right, so now our trajectory is going to throw us out of Kerbit orbit. So we have to do a emergency burn to try to stop that. See if we can't get another Kerbit orbit. There we go. Okay, that was too much though. All right, we're also, look at our orbit here. It's pretty, this is a moon orbit. No, it's not. It's a Kerbit orbit. Okay. But I also went way too far. This is a little bit wild here. Is this a moon orbit? What the fuck is this? Can I burn normal? Wrong way. I want to burn anti-normal. Here we go. Moving the nav ball here to the anti-normal marker, and there we go. We're starting to push ourselves back towards Kerbit. This will be a lot easier once we have unlocked the tracking station. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just perfect? Is this gonna work? You found them? Sick. Yeah! Yeah, we're back around Kerbit. We escaped the gravitational influence of the Mun. Okay, cool. Now we just have to go all the way over here to our periapsis. No, this is going to be our popsis. And then this is where we're going to be able to adjust our periapsis so that way we come back into orbit. So let's go ahead and move to our retrograde spot here. And then we'll just, actually, that's going to move. That's okay. Right here should be fine. Burn in retrograde, that's prograde. Let's burn in retrograde. Perfect, and that's going to put us at a periapsis of 15 kilometers. That'll be more than enough to survive. Actually, hold on. Let's go and make that just a little bit bigger. So that way we're a little bit more in the atmosphere. 36 kilometers. I think that's going to be good. You're going to try to get to the moon? The moon is pretty good. It's over there now. I didn't really take a good look at the moon. I actually kind of feel bad now. I kind of just looked at it and then we were done. Because that wasn't the main mission. The main mission was to try to rescue the crew. But that's okay. Everything is fine now. All right. We got another world first. We have escaped the gravitational influence of the Mun. Exactly. All right. Let's go ahead and observe our re-entry. Oh, shoot. I need to jettison the fuel now. And now we need to stay on retrograde as we come in. You can kind of see the heat shield is heating up. Ah! The camera's glitching out. What's happening? There we go. Lenman Kerman is having such a good time. Okay, so these are the heat bars I was talking about. They're kind of showing up now. We're running a little bit hot. I just have to maintain retrograde approach, so that way all the heat just goes on the shield itself and not on the command pod. But it looks like it's also a stable heat. It's cooling down faster than it's heating up, so that way it is going away. And we're going to be burning like this for a while. But we'll be fine. This is very stable. G-forces are also really good too, so like this is a super comfortable flight. Yeah, our heat shield just, our heat indicator left. That's like how good we're doing right now. We don't even have a heat indicator anymore. Holy shit, I did not expect us to go to the Mun today. To do a Mun flyby. You're in low Earth orbit. Good. Hi, honey bunny. Did you enjoy your nap? When I woke up from my nap, I was doing horrible. It was a real bad wake up from a nap. Sorry, I got one chatter in my room. I'm talking to my girlfriend. How long are we gonna be flying through the sky for? We should be landing right about here. Probably, oh, maybe we'll get a splashdown. Alright, we're slowed down enough. I think we can just speed up time here. It's really dark. We're on the dark side of the planet, unfortunately. But that's good. We got a flyby around the moon. We got some scientific data from around the moon. We returned from the moon. We finished that mission, which is really good, which is going to fund us with science and money in order to rescue the crewed ship that's still in space. Hopefully we can unlock patched Konix with this, but we'll see. That's going to be what we need to save them. I'm just taking the data out of here. Here we go. Yeah. Whoa. There we go. Touchdown. Yeah. Get an EVA report while we're here. Why not? Oh, whoops. Climb on inside. And recover the vessel. All right. We got 14 science. Not an amazing amount of science. I did not originally intend to go to the moon with that, but we got it now, so that's good. We got more money, more money, more money, more money. Okay, oh my god. Okay. We can get patched Konix now. Okay, we have patched Konix. So now we have a way of tracking ships in space. Should be able to see it here. Here we go. Yeah, so now we can see our apopsis and our periapsis. Apopsis and periapsis here. And we can even set timers as well. So that's good. We have more navigational abilities now. So hopefully we can now go back up into space and see if we can't get them out. Get them back down. We'll just launch the same rocket we just used. Let's go ahead and make sure we're setting them as a target now. There we go. Full thrust, and let's go. So we got a little bit of a target reticle now on our nav ball. And that's just kind of like showing where our target is in relation to us. So that's there. So we kind of want to keep this heading as we go into space in order, just on this line. That's like the anti-target. So that's like the opposite direction of where the target is. But we want to stay on this directional line here to keep a heading of about this 95 degrees. It seems like is where it wants to go. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can do a correction once we're in space. But if we can at least get our inclination to start similar to the ship we're trying to interact with, we should be able to meet up no problem. We'll go ahead and start doing a gravity turn here. This is probably a really late gravity turn, but we packed so much extra delta V into the ship that we're fine. Where's our maneuver tool? Okay, we're kind of burning... The apostasis I have set is not quite where I want. We'll stay in prograde. We'll stay locked on the prograde. Oh, this ship is not easy to control. And where are we? Right here. We'll speed up time until we can get into atmosphere, or out of atmosphere, I mean. And then we have to do some correction burns here because I did a terrible gravity turn. And I'm just keeping an eye on my apopsis as I'm trying to bring it back down a little bit while I'm trying to bring my periapsis up. I think that should be good. Right there. Almost out of the fuel in this initial stage. Continue on. Almost into a stable orbit. Perfect. Not quite, actually. Hold on. There, now we're in a stable orbit. Okay. Now here comes the tricky part. You don't think you have enough fuel to get back? Oh no. Okay. Here's the tricky part. We have to now meet up with go away. So we can actually start setting up our own little navigation points. And there's actually an intersect point here, but it looks like it's going to be too far away. 15% fuel. Is that enough? That's enough. Probably enough. Who knows? So this is where the target's going to be when we are right here. That's what this means. This intersect point here, this little orange dot my mouse is on, this is where we're going to be when our target is here. And this is why I thought there was no way we were going to be able to do this without patched conics. So now that we have patched conics, we can start making maneuvers to try to get our ship to line up with go away. Wait, hold on. Can I not make... Nope, I can't make maneuver nodes yet. I need to upgrade my mission control station. Can I do that real fast? How much money do I have? I need 150,000. I have 33,000. Oh no. Yeah, I need flight planning. That's what I need. Okay, that's okay. We have patched conics now, though. So that's like half the way there. We can try to do an orbital rendezvous without flight planning, but it will be much harder. We'll just start playing around with things, I think. Where's my target? There's my target reticle there. What if I burn with my anti-target here for a bit? That's kind of doing something. Oh. I am destabilizing my orbit, though, when I do that. You don't know how you use 14.1% fuel. Carefully? Is my guess? I'm trying to just increase my speed here so I can create a weird elliptical orbit so that way I can start trying to catch up with this guy. So we'll wait around in orbit for a bit until we can get like a slightly better window than what we have right now. Oh, some of our points are actually lining up now. Maybe not, actually. You're out of fuel now? Oh, no! Cat was playing with the cat tree. Meow!
He tried to get up and he failed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to play around with the nav ball a little bit to try to get closer to my target. This is just taking a lot of guesswork, really. Without the maneuver tool, I really have no idea what I'm doing. $378 at 15 minutes. Okay, let's just go to this intersect point here. And then try to burn a little bit closer towards them. We kind of need to get our orbit better. I think our orbit's really bad. Now your rocket is sideways. That's not good. What if I start burning towards my target now? It doesn't seem to be working too much. Oh shoot, I did not realize what I did. Here, let's burn, let's radial in. Oh, it's working. Oh, hold on, wait. Our intersect point changed. Right there, it says 207 kilometers. So we're getting there. We're getting closer. We We also have to make sure we're keeping a good relative speed with our target as well. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I don't think it worked. I think it already failed. Oh no. I'm almost out of fuel. Alright, we gotta scrub this. Damn! I don't think we're gonna be able to save them. I think we're just gonna have to deal with them being in space for a sec. We'll be able to get them eventually. But we're definitely gonna need the maneuver tool before we do that, but we definitely made huge progress in trying to save them, I think. Where's retrograde? It's upside down. You don't know how you did that. It's probably fine. Alright, we're gonna have to use the rest of our fuel to just break our orbit. Perfect. Exactly enough fuel to break our orbit. We'll go ahead and blast the decoupler somewhere. We'll throw it in anti-normal, just so that way it's not on the same trajectory course as we are. Retrograde, and we'll burn. You sent the photo? I want to see this. Yep, you're upside down now. I see that. That's not good. Are you gonna push what surface are you on? Are you gonna push that? Is that a planet? Is that the moon? Speed this up until we start seeing plasma. There it is. We probably just keep this on 4 times speed, honestly. Ah! The camera's losing its mind. Oh, you don't have fuel. You know what? That makes sense. You know what? You said that before, and I didn't make that connection, but I made the connection now, and I think we're all here. We're now all officially at the same point. All on the same page now. That's kind of like a moon landing, though. We count those. Alright, we're gonna need the maneuver tool. That's what we need. In order to save them, we need the maneuver tool. The good news is, if we can just get them... The save strategy for this is so weird, right? Because let me explain my mindset on kind of like where we are right now. As soon as the game loads, I'll get in the tracking station and show you what I mean. Okay. At this point here is where we want to save them, where their periapsis is like the lowest. That's where we want to like start moving them closer. We literally just have to donk them into the planet a little bit. And then they will go on their own back into orbit. or back into the planet. But we have to hit them there, not here. We have to physically donk them with our ship. That's the only chance we really have to save them. Because tourists can't go into EVA. And we don't have docking ports. So in order to save this ship, we literally just have to physically donk it at this point here, at Kerbin Periapsis. In order to do that accurately, we're going to need the maneuver tool. Now we have Patched Conics, and that was an upgrade we definitely needed for this. But in order to upgrade our mission control station to get flight planning, we're going to need another $150,000, which is easier to get. So much math and science. It is mostly guesswork. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit around Kerbin, which is already what we have to do anyway. But that's kind of funny that there's a mission for it. It doesn't give us a good advance. 6,000. So that's horrible. We're not going to take this mission. We need money. This one's ferry 3 tourists safely to their destination, which is exactly what we did last time that got us into this mess in the first place. So let's hold off on that one for now. We got 2 tourists here. They want to do a fly-by-the-moon. Oh, this one just wants an orbital spaceflight. That's money right there. Yeah, we take that one. And then hopefully we don't soft lock ourselves again. Okay. We need to make a better passenger ship. The passenger ship we have is not good enough. But I think we just take the design choices we had from before and we throw them on here. So we have the Terrier rocket there. So this is going to be our orbiter. That's plenty of fuel to like do things in orbit. So we're going to give ourselves a lot of extra Delta V to survive this, I think. I'm making a satellite now? Sick. Can I just use thumper rockets? I want to just use thumper rockets really bad. That's weird. Why did it do that? I can't just use thumper rockets. We just make the same rocket we did before, just slightly bigger. Just to encapsulate the crew cabin. Okay. And then we take this little construction here. Perfect. I think. We're starting to get diminishing returns, actually, now that I look at this. Oh, wait, hold on, I didn't put these two together. Never mind, we're good. Are we good? What about now? We hit a part limit, though. Shit. Okay. Go back down to 4 boosters. Can we edit the thrust to weight ratio on this? I think that's what we need to do. Make sure I fix the staging. For some reason, there was some weird staging on here. That's okay. Let's go ahead and change the thrust ratio on this. We'll have that one going full speed. And then these ones will be more control rockets. So they will go 1.5? .4. I think this will work. This is a little tall. But we're under our part limit by like 1 part. So I think we're good. We have 1 tourist. We can also get Bill Kerman leveled up while we're at it. We can have him go into orbit. And that way we'll have our engineer level 1 too. This is probably a very inefficient rocket for this, but whatever. We're doing a night launch for some reason. We're a little wobbly. I did realize I did not put wings on this thing. Now I cannot control it in atmosphere. We pretty much just have the little rotor that is, or sorry, we just have the reaction wheel that's inside the command pod controlling this now. Whoops. Done making the satellite? You gonna post a picture of it? I did not mean to do a night launch. Oh well. Kind of hard to see what's going on now. And I did not set up these rockets, these boosters that well, because one of these boosters just ran out of fuel, and now we're just lugging it around. Which isn't ideal. But that's okay. See if we can't pull down on prograde a little bit more. It looks like we have reached an apostasis of 85. Okay, cool, sick. You did it? I think I heard the Discord notification. Hold on, let me see it. Let me get into orbit first and then I'll look at it. Let me just make sure that this is not going to crash and burn. And then I'll take a look at the picture. Alright, let's get into orbit. Alright, we are officially in orbit. Let's go ahead and correct our burn a little bit so that way our orbit's not quite as steep as that. I think this will work. We could probably make some improvements on the passenger shuttle in the future, but at least for now, I think this will be plenty of delta V. Yeah, this is plenty of delta V to get into orbit. And get back down. Because we have a whole another stage as well. Burn just a little bit down because we're starting to pick up apoptosis a little bit, which I'm trying to avoid. Next stage. Almost there. Come on. Oh, we'll have plenty of fuel. Our periapsis is at like is really good. We're good. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to burn and prograde a little bit more. Oh, I don't need to keep doing this. What am I doing? We'll just go to our apopsis. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! We're dropping altitude. I just realized that. I fucked up. We hadn't reached stable orbit yet. That's okay. We're fine. We have plenty of fuel as a backup. Just gotta burn at prograde for a bit. We'll burn up a little bit at 45 degrees. Oh no! Hold on, we're back. Burn at prograde. Okay. This is scuffed, but it's working. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I'm so stupid. We're good. Our apopsis is all the way out here. I'm kind of dumb, but that's fine. We stopped ourselves from going back into orbit again, or sorry, re-entering the atmosphere, which is what we wanted to avoid. I'll make a little timer here, and we'll just warp to it. Start burning in retrograde as soon as we're there. And we'll just keep an eye on the periapsis and get it back down to about 30,000 kilometers. Perfect. 26. That's fine. All right. Turn back on stability assist, and we are going to turn towards our anti-normal or normal, whatever, just to the side, so we can jettison our fuel. And then we'll stay in retrograde, and we'll open up our flaps here from the service bay that we made earlier. So now we actually get to test this whole process out, and hopefully this time it actually works. It should. We're at periapsis 26 kilometers, so there's no problems here. Okay. Orbit around Kerbin. Did they not get it yet? What? Oh, that's bullshit. We didn't do the quest properly. Oh. That's okay. We can just send the same rocket back up. I just feel like that's so bullshit. I thought we were in stable orbit. I guess we weren't. Ah. But proof of concept has been tried. We did it. And there's plasma. Plasma's good. Plasma means we made it. Oh shit. We're heating up. Just a little bit. There we go. We're not heating up anymore. It was, but I already jettisoned my fuel before I could make the correction burn to like get the system to work. Oh wait, you were saying about you. Right, your satellite. My bad. Here, let me look at it. Oh, that's cool. Is that an Earth orbit? Or is that in the lunar orbit? Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna speed time it. Yeah, Earth. Okay, that's good. I think on my personal save on KSP, I do have a satellite around the moon, but that's also like not a hard mode save, so I was able to like save scum a little bit. This game, I'm not able to save scum at all, so every failed flight sucks. But oh well, we'll make it there eventually. We already did a flyby of the moon. That's an excellent first step right there. Let's cut these real fast. We just need the one parachute to survive this. Perfect. Okay, that's gonna level up Bill now. So now our engineer is level 1, which is good. I think that just means they can use a parachute or they can repack parachutes, I think, is what it means. So if I bring an engineer with me on a mission, they can repack the parachutes if we need to. It's not super useful right now, but it is like still like something we can do. You forgot a command pod in the satellite? No! That sucks. Oh no, Bill's not level 1 yet because we didn't actually get into orbit. Right. Launch it. We'll just do this again. We got it this time. Oh, wings! Thank God we didn't actually do anything yet. We can just recover the vessel from the launch pad before we launch it. That'll bring all the money back that we just spent. Yeah, we get all the money back. Thank God. I forgot to add wings. How many wings can I add? I can't add any wings. Whatever, it's for decoration. The satellite's just there for style points. Alright, we'll just have to work with this rocket then. We don't have wings. Just really long, which isn't super controllable, but it's slowing down. Oh no, is it orbital? Is it decaying in orbit? Yeah. Okay, so that game has orbital decay. Kerbal Space Program does not have orbital decay. Once you're in a stable orbit, you're there. Which is kind of fun, but I do think it would be kind of... Well, I mean, that's how it works in real life. Orbital decay is a real thing that the ISS is currently undergoing. And in fact, the ISS is going to fall out of the sky eventually. And when it does, it's just going to be gone. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, it's absolutely satellites and everything undergo natural orbital decay. They'll just their gravitational influences, even though it's so infinitesimally small. I said that so wrong. Even though the orbital decay is like, or the gravitational influence that the satellite has on the planet is very tiny, it still is getting dragged down slightly. And when that happens, it just like slowly like falls down to the ground. It's going, yeah. You'll be fine. It'll be there for a while. Orbital decay does not happen fast at all, but it does happen. That's why the ISS has been up there for like, what is it, like 30 years, 40 years or something? I have no idea how long the ISS has been up. All right, we need to do a bit of a correction burn here, but also, actually, technically, as you get further away from the planet, you do slow down, but when you get closer, you speed back up again. That's what happens. When you're at apopsis, you're at your slowest. When you're at periapsis, you're at your fastest. So you will speed up as you enter periapsis, but you'll slow back down again as you go to apopsis as well. That's also important to know. But that speed fluctuation is what causes, I think, orbital decay. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a physicist. I'm not a rocket scientist. I do not know. But it is all very interesting. I love it. I love science. It's $14? That's sick. I might pick it up. We'll see if I can. Budgeting is a problem sometimes. Getting a Kit Kat. Can you get me one? This was such a bad burn. Definitely the launch version. Oh, here we go. I can just stay on the horizon, I think. And I will eventually build up my periapsis. We'll just play it safe. I have plenty of fuel to come back. There we go. That little camera jitter is us changing camera views. The automatic camera system is just updating. There we go. Trouble Monkey, thanks for following. Welcome aboard. We're doing some hard mode stuff. This was a super inefficient burn, but we're just trying to do stuff. Nothing crazy. All right, so now we've entered orbit. This was a terrible orbiting ship. We'll go ahead and set a timer for apopsis and go ahead and burn ourselves back. Welcome back, Lola. Loki here because we're waiting for KSP to load. That's fair. I don't mind. I like being background sounds. Hearing the sound of my own voice. How many mods do you have? I don't have any mods installed. This is like pure vanilla hard mode. A lot, yeah, that makes sense. I want to at least get some visual mods installed. I haven't been playing the game that long, but I do want to get visual mods installed at some point. And I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or something, just in my own time. Just speed up time. But this is currently hard mode. This is very early on, super early on. In fact, we even have a rescue mission we have to do now. Because we screwed up. And we have to do it without having any type of like grabby arms or RCS or anything. So we're just gonna do our best. Absolutely possible, just hard. Trouble Monkey, I want to show you in a second here. Once we've landed with this ship, I want to show you what our current rescue situation is and why it's possible with just physically donking the ship. It's just gonna be a little bit finicky. But we can absolutely save a ship that has a couple of tourists on it. Just like in orbit around Kerbin. Because like the periapsis is literally like at 70,000 kilometers. Trying to build a cool space station and sandbox, but tweaking over trying to... Oh, trying to rendezvous? Rendezvous was so hard. I finally managed to do my first, like, rescue mission in my own personal save yesterday. But that wasn't on stream. That was in my own time. But it was so hard to understand how to do an orbital rendezvous. And I imagine it's, like, hard to do with a huge space station, too. Like, trying to build it piece by piece. I want to do that so bad. I want to build a cool-ass space station. I'm just not at that point yet. I'm getting there in my personal save, but in this save, we're way far off. Slowing down, speeding up. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So your periapsis and your apopsis are slightly different. And that's what it was. So you will be speeding up. I think you actually are in a stable orbit, Lola. I don't think you're going to have any orbital decay in that game. And Trouble Monkey, we're talking about a different space game. What is it called again? I keep forgetting. I'm so bad with names. Let's scroll up here, find it again. Not Juno New Origin. What is it? It was the 2D one, the 2D space game. Oh, I'm so bad with names. It's like Space Flight Sim. Yeah, you remember that. Okay, yeah. That's what Lola's playing right now. I don't know if there's orbital decay mechanics in Space Flight Sim. That's what I was wondering about. I've never played it. I've seen footage of it. I have not played it myself. I don't know about orbital decay in that game at all. You don't think so? Okay. That's cool then. That makes it fun. You don't have to worry about constantly upkeeping your satellites. So we did finish that contract, so now we have a little bit more money. Okay. Just wants to orbit. Ugh, we're not getting very good missions. These people want to fly by the moon. This one's Fairy 3 Tours, but this is so much money, though. I just can't do this yet. I can do a fly by the moon. Easy. It's just, I don't have flight planning yet. I need flight planning. So we need a little bit more money. I think we're going to have to just get more money safely. Orbit around Kerbin. This one right here. This is probably going to be a good mission. So we'll grab this mission here. Because we can just do the same thing we just did before. So we're going to do a little bit of money grinding just by doing some fairing missions. This rocket sucks. We're going to rebuild this rocket. This is a terrible rocket. Get it out of here. We don't want it. We don't want bad rockets here. Your SSTO is so slow to turn. I haven't made one of those yet. I haven't been playing Sandbox at all. I've been playing career mode both in my personal save and this one, so I'm just unlocking the game slowly. So I haven't gotten to the point where I'm making like super cool space planes yet. SSTO, single stage to orbit. Yeah, Troubled Monkey right there. It's essentially just a space plane. A plane that can go straight from atmosphere to orbit. We were talking about it earlier. SSTO. I think I said the wrong name before. There are rocket SSTOs though, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, that kind of sounds like it would suck. Just because, like, could you control that? I think you could control that. I don't think I've seen one, but that sounds cool. I kind of want to see one there. So the space shuttle? Kinda? The space shuttle needs a rocket. No. Actually, no. The space shuttle needs a rocket to launch it up. It needs a booster to go up in the first place, but it can come back down on its own. So the idea with an SSTO is just like straight up, it just goes up and then it comes back down, and it's all one stage. There's nothing that comes off of it. There's nothing that breaks off. It just flies up with its own fuel and then comes right back down all in one go without needing to like use a rocket booster stage. Can we get enough thrust with just these? I think we can, but let me make sure. Maybe not. Space plane with nuclear jet engines because fuel kept being an issue. I don't know how nuclear jet engines work. Is that a mod or is that like in the base game? I know there's nuclear engines in the base game. Mod, yeah. I have seen Project Hail Mary. Hail Mary is so fucking good. Project Hail Mary is such a good movie. I love it so much. If I just do 4. I'm way over budgeting my Delta V here, but I kind of want to do that. I don't want to screw up again and get like another ship locked. Like lost in space again. It's gonna be kind of hard to control this, I think. But I don't know if adding these wings... Yeah, that goes over our part limit. Oh, you gotta go see Andy Were. That's cool. I didn't see it opening day, but we saw it, and I cried the entire time. Very obviously. I'm a huge crybaby. I was holding my girlfriend's hand the entire time. I was basically crushing it. Tears welling up the entire time. Great movie. Love it so much. Read it way before you watched the movie? Yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't know it existed. This should work. I think this'll be okay. I should read the book. At the very least, listen to the audiobook. I hear it goes a lot more in depth into detail about like the science, or not like the pseudoscience. What is it? It's not pseudoscience. It's like predictive. What is it? I'm trying to think of the word. It's like science fiction, but like it's in a believable way. Theoretical, yeah. So it goes a lot more into the theoretical science of everything, I think. Hard sci-fi. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you. I heard the book goes really into... This is not good. This is... I turned too slow. Whoops. My bad. This should work. This should work. Doesn't work at all. I just hear all the explosions off in the background. Alright, everyone, we made it. We've successfully landed back on Kerbin. Rocky said fist me in the book. That's funny. That's great. I can understand why they didn't do that for the movie. But that is funny. let's just go ahead and that's still too much thrust, but let's go ahead and definitely up that initial thrust stage. That's not going to feel that great, but it's going to actually get us up, and I think that's what's important. Good news, we had like an emergency escape plan, kinda. They cut the multi-hour interspecies sex scene. It doesn't exist. Yeah, that makes sense. That's absolutely something I would say. It's like, are you upset you had to cut so much? It's like, yeah, the interspecies sex scene really sucks that we weren't able to keep that one in there. I did not need this many boosters. I'm just now realizing that because I had to turn the thrust ratio down so much, I really did just waste having 4 boosters when I could have just had 2. And I think it would have been perfectly fine. We'll just stay in prograde. Fuck it. Should have plenty of fuel to get up there and come back down. Anyone who didn't read the book must have been confused. I think a lot of people would have understood it was a joke, but I'm sure that some people were confused. Turn the lights on. Give our passengers a little bit of light. Alright, this was a horrible start, and it still is a pretty bad, inefficient burn. But I think we're making improvements. I'll probably slow it down just a little bit. We just have to maintain some force. We don't have to use that much right now. I keep using too much thrust. There we go. Just trying to get up to 70,000. Oh. There we go. We're in space. Do a little bit of a correction. This is terrible, by the way. In talking about Ryan Gosling, he said, I'm straight, but I have my limits. Yeah, well, I mean, it's Ryan Gosling. Listen, I might be, like, gayer than anything on the planet, but, like, even the LGBT community understands that straight people would absolutely go for Ryan Gosling at any opportunity. We all know this. Nothing new. You got your first speech from the space station in space. Ah, sick. Can you send a picture in the Discord? I think we're gonna have just enough fuel. We did it. Alright, we got the contract. We'll save a little bit of fuel by going over to Apossus. Literally just a very tiny amount. Oh, shoot. While we're here. Hold on. Wait. While we're here, I want to show you. I forgot to do this. Here's the other orbit. Right here. Go away. So this ship has no fuel. It's stuck in space. Its Apossus, though, is actually... Wait, hold on. Where is it? Its apophysis is actually super small. It's it's periapsis. It's literally so small in the periapsis that like if I just nudge it physically with a command pod, I should be able to knock it back into orbit or back into atmosphere. Because it's literally touching the atmosphere. It's at like 69.9 kilometers in space. It is literally right there. And it is just not enough to get any atmospheric drag to drop back down. So this one here, go away, is like so close to coming out of orbit. Do I did with my guys? Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% what I'm going to do. Hit it with a KKV, kinetic kill vehicle. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. But we need maneuvering first. We don't have maneuvering. So once we get the maneuver tool, we'll absolutely do that. But we do not have the maneuver tool yet. No pod, no problem. Exactly. But we got like a whole thing with like tourists and everything in it. So we got to be real careful. Burning retrograde here. So it's absolutely possible. I don't think we're going to be able to do it today because I'm actually getting pretty close to ending the stream today. In fact, we'll probably just finish up this mission and call it. But that at least we'll have a goal. We'll have a goal to rescue our Kerbonauts and our tourists. Go ahead and open up our wings here. Just on the side. Oh, I see it. The space station. That's pretty good. Let me know how that goes. I want to see how that space station goes. I'm kind of super interested in the game. I just don't think I can pick it up right this second. Nice. Welcome to the Discord, Trouble Monkey. It's been around for a while. There's a lot of things in there. I need to go through and clean it out. I haven't gone through a spring cleaning. The Discord's like 10 years old or something. I need to go through it and like clean it out now that I'm streaming again. But so there's some real funky stuff in there. Just don't go into the weird places. I'm probably gonna shut those places down, to be honest. Different time, different person, different time. You'll send a photo for new pieces? Absolutely. I really want to see that. Oh, there we go. Our heat shield is heating up. Tossing some pics. Yeah, I want to see that shit too. Throw it down. I want to see those. I want to see the cool builds. Especially with mods. Mod builds are really cool. I want to learn the game first before I start playing around too much with mods. So that's why I'm playing like pretty much vanilla right now. But as soon as I get to the point where like I need mods, I know they exist. I can get them. Ah, sick. Is that your SSTO? That little ship there? You went straight to the deep end? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I kind of did that with RimWorld a bit. I kept having phases in RimWorld where I'd install like 300 mods and then have like 0 mods. Now I need KSP. It looks really good. Like, unfortunately, my version of the game is not very good looking. I do not have any graphic mods installed. There are some really good graphic mods that exist for KSP that make the game look so good. I just do not have them myself yet. I heard Waterfall's a really good one. It makes the jet flares look really good. And Eve, I should get those. It is very, as well as Firefly. I've heard the term Firefly before too. I'll have to look into that one. Okay. We successfully recovered the vehicle. We've done the mission. We still need more money, so we will do more grinding in the next stream for some more cash because we need to unlock flight planning. It is so critical we have flight planning if we're gonna save that ship. But we have... Did we lose money? Did I lose money off that trip? I lost money off of that mission, I think. We need to build our rockets better. We'll work on. I'll work on that in my own time. We'll get that going. Is the re-entry mod example on Discord? Okay, cool. When's the next stream? I have no idea. I've been last stream was 2 days ago. Yesterday I was hanging out with some friends, so I didn't stream. I plan to stream more often. I have no idea how often I plan to stream. We'll see. I will absolutely send out live notifications when I go live, but it is as simple as like just when I'm streaming. I'll try. But for the time being, I will see you guys later. It is just super late. It's like 8 p.m. right now, and I'm getting tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and stream, end the stream for today. The small SSTO is 5 meters in diameter. Is that big or small? I'm American, unfortunately. So it's really hard to tell sometimes. Larger than the shuttle parts? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I can see that. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for stopping by. You sound like a YouTuber ending a video. Yeah, I used to make... Ooh, my microphone's kind of peaking here. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys later. I used to make a lot of YouTube videos. I want to get back into that again. But years and years ago, I used to make a lot of videos as well. So that's probably why. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.